Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your May the 5th spiritual principle of day in a meditation. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. The title of the meditation, Gratitude for All of Life's Challenges. When we feel the deepest gratitude, we can look back and see that our path to that moment was neither short nor straight. That comes from our Living Clean book, Chapter 1, Keys to Freedom. I'm so grateful for the life I have, thanks to NA. The speaker was then quiet for a moment, wiping away tears before continuing. Grateful for my sponsor and the steps, and even for the bad stuff that's happened along the way. For someone who's new, witnessing gratitude from a member for bad stuff can sound illogical, overly virtuous, impossible, even undesirable. Why on earth should we be grateful for our addiction, our mistakes, and our poor decision making? Do we really have to feel grateful for pain and loss to recover in NA? Reframing our past hardships or current challenges with a deep awareness of gratitude is not an easy path, nor is it a quick one. For one thing, we rarely, if ever, start our journey in recovery with a clear and broad perspective on our lives. This doesn't happen just from being abstinent and going to a few meetings and talking about being grateful. It requires effort, a lot of it. We do our step work thoroughly. We develop and learn to rely on a power greater than ourselves. We try to apply spiritual principles in all our relationships. We work on forgiving others and ourselves. We make amends for our mistakes and find compassion for ourselves when we mess up again. We consistently surrender in the face of new adversity and strive to find the lesson in it. My flaws and mistakes are part of what makes me who I am today, the speaker continued. They are what inspired me to work to be a better person. My ability to get through some of the worst times in my life, bruised and battered, but still clean, is a huge gift. I am grateful for this life. Gratitude is not a destination. It's an awareness and a process. Though we recovering addicts, don't feel grateful all the time, there are times when we do feel it deeply. When we're feeling ungrateful, we've learned what to do, help another person on their journey in recovery. Today, I will do some work to learn from my mistakes and from hardships. I will strive for gratitude for the bad stuff as well as the good. Okay, there she is. All right, let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. This meditation, this meditation here, I tell you what, I could think of a lot of other things to pray for, but the Serenity Prayer is sufficient here. having gratitude for all of life's changes. And it does go on to expound about individuals expressing gratitude, even for the bad times in recovery, and being able to stay clean no matter what. And in some instances, not even necessarily stay clean no matter what, but to be alive to tell the story and in recovery, actively pursuing a clean lifestyle is a deep concept. To be able to express gratitude for the hard times. On my mind, I'm thinking about some of the hits I've taken since I got here in 93. Some of the hits I've taken have been, physical in nature, my body unhealthy, different organs having to be removed so that I can live a life without pain. Having, to suffer a loss of a sibling, to overdose, drugs laced with fentanyl. And not that she was among some of the first people to die from it. I'm not even sure about that. But at the time of her death, it was not as much in the news as it is right now. And that causes me to have some feelings because me and my family, we suffered greatly. Having her die so suddenly for something she was not responsible. The disease of addiction was not something she just woke up and said, oh, let me be an addict. She introduced me to the fellowship. So when she passed, although a lot of people knew her and a lot of people were mindful of us, sending us messages and offering to do things for us that we didn't ask for any help. Because we didn't need any help to bury her, right? We were sure of how we were going to afford that. That was not the issue, but there were people that just offered to make meals, so much kindness. However, to not have the person that sold her those drugs be held accountable, not to even know who they are, like it's some big secret, it just makes the pain like 100 times worse. And then today, in the news last night and this week, they're finding like millions of dollars of fake pain pills that are mostly fentanyl. I don't know. Some of the stuff I have seen in the news could wipe a whole city or two, if not a state, out if just one person took just one of those pills. And it makes me feel like this feeling they caught them, but they didn't catch, right? Because it's so much and the smuggling that's going on. I get it. But I'm just talking about some of the hits, some of the losses that I personally have had to go through. I can't really say like, oh, I'm grateful for that. No, I can't say that. But I will tell you what I am grateful for. I'm grateful that I still have a desire to get out of bed, put 2 feet to the ground, and show up for life with the frame of mind of gratitude. this state of being that I have, regardless to the bad stuff. That's a gift. That's a gift. And maybe someone, new, like they point out here, may wonder, like, isn't that overly virtuous? Once you start going through stuff and staying clean, and you keep coming back and you see that you have the resiliency, the buoyancy, and you have the support of the fellowship, there is a lot of gratitude that comes even for the bad stuff. It's like, you know, gratitude to me is like love. My love for everyone is not all the same. The way that I love my husband is not the way that I love these boys God gave me, right? But my love for people in general, agape love, that's something that is applicable to pretty much every human being that I know or don't know. Pretty much. There's some that I would really struggle even to show agape to. Gratitude is like that. Not every situation is going to have the same presentation of gratitude. I know this is real sobering, but it's not. The way that I'm going to express gratitude for my Jeep my husband brought me is not the same type of gratitude that I'm going to have when a sponsee calls me and say, hey, I heard you weren't well. I heard you had a surgery. I want to know how you're doing. They're different. They're all, it's all appreciative, but it's not all the same. Today, let's work on learning from our mistakes and our hardships. Today, let's strive for gratitude, for the bad stuff as well as the good. Because check this out, and I'll leave you with this because let me just leave you with this nugget. Have you ever heard a person say, I know I said it, so maybe you've heard me say it. Let me take a drink of coffee. Hold on. Okay. Have you ever heard a person say, faith is a concept until you need to have it? Okay. A person can say they have faith, but usually the faith that they have is for a situation. It can be a present state of mind, but until you are faced with a situation that is requiring courage in the face of opposition, everything that you see is going directly against what you believe in, but you still need to show up. Unless you actually have something to apply the faith to, it's mostly just a concept. You could have it, you could say you have it, and find out that you really don't have as much faith as you thought you did. And it is proportionate to the difficulty or the situation or the circumstance. But when something comes up and you push through regardless, you can say, I have faith. Right? I found that in my own life. For the longest time, I did not have the faith to go to university. I didn't. Today, I know that it's limitless. My ability to learn is limitless. I have a lot of faith for my academic ability to achieve a doctorate. I have a lot of faith for that. Gratitude is like that. You can say you have it, but there's usually a certain mannerism that comes with having it where you don't really need to tell people that you have it, they see it. And you can have gratitude for situations or circumstances. It can vary in its breadth, its depth, its height, its width. It can vary. But here's the point. It's not a destination. It's an awareness and a process. This meditation aptly puts that. Today, I want to check on my gratitude level. Today, I'm going to do that. You know, I talk a lot about my health, but a lot of times I don't have the faith that I need to change the things that I can change. I don't have the courage sometimes to change the things that I can change. I used to be a health nut, a health guru. I was ridiculously obsessed with fitness, bodybuilding for competition. I was crazy about fitness, especially in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. I was so ripped. It was crazy that the human body could be that fit. I'm still obsessed with fitness. But because of my own level of being an introvert, I struggle to be in the atmosphere of a lot of people. And I didn't figure that out until I started taking this psychology stuff. I didn't get a Myers-Briggs test until I started going to university for this particular field. And then I found out, I've trained myself to be an extrovert, but I truly am an introvert. And I struggle to get up and get out and go into a gym and be around all these people. I need faith and I need courage I need the serenity prayer, right? To be able to change the things that I can. Because my health is something, and I can't change my ear situation. I can't change, some things that, they're just aging, right? But my level of physical fitness, that's something I can change. And if I talk about having gratitude for my life, for this life, if I say I'm grateful for this life, it seems like I would take better care of this life. Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about for me, what this meditation is meaning to me. It's easy to say I'm grateful, but my gratitude, you know how we say our gratitude speaks when we care and when we share the NA way? My gratitude speaks when I take action and value and show the value I have for the things that I say I'm grateful for. It follows. It just makes sense. Oh, you have gratitude for your Jeep, right? I'm talking about my Jeep, right? I have gratitude for my Jeep. And the way that I show it is I keep the maintenance up on it. I pay the bill for it. I get the insurance and I maintain it at full coverage no matter what. It's not more important than groceries, but I've not had to do without groceries. And I'm not going to do without having full coverage on my Jeep. I have a lot of gratitude for that gift my husband gave me. And it shows. It shows. My life is much more valuable than any material possession that I have. So I need to show that gratitude for that. It just follows. Hey, I've enjoyed talking to you. We can talk again about this tomorrow. You guys have a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you soon.